everyone, I'm Carrie Pena, and this is Front Doors TV, an Inspired Media 360 production. I'm here with publisher Andrea Evans, and over the next 15 minutes, we will take you inside the pages of Frontdoors Magazine. Coming up, the power of storytelling. We meet a woman who knows how to tell a story better than most. Also ahead, meet a man who received the gift of life, a double lung transplant. He and his wife are sharing their incredible journey with us. And the cover of Front Doors, Fashion and Compassion. Meet two sisters who are all style and substance. They had a goal to give back to the community through their growing business and brand, and they have done that in most incredible ways. But first, let's go ahead and open up the office doors. Today we are talking about one of my favorite subjects, really storytelling. And you are introducing us to a great lady, Rachel Egborough, and she is the creator of The Whole Story. Tell us all about it.
Well, The Whole Story is a storytelling series held at the Phoenix Art Museum 4 times a year, and the spin on it is it's amazing pieces about the African American culture. And so that's the premise of the storytelling, and I went and saw the last performance with a friend and her teenage son, and oh my goodness, amazing show of 10 different people from our community telling these touching, funny, delightful stories. But Rachel is the leader of this organization.
And that's what this segment that you guys do, Office Doors, is all about. You shine the light on great leaders in the community. She certainly is one. Tell us how she got started, because her backstory is very interesting and it caught your attention.
It did. A very funny story. She went as a audience member to another storytelling event. She was on a date, and the date decided, well, we should put your name into the hat, because they were picking people from the audience. And she wasn't quite sure, but she was chosen and thought, okay, I'll get it together. I'll tell a story that I've told before about my family. Well, it was a competition, and she won the competition. So it validated, right, that she was meant to do this.
It was a Saturday afternoon, beautiful day. My roommate was gone and I was home alone listening to a podcast and doing my hair in the bathroom. I had all the doors and windows open to let the breeze flow through the apartment. And I'm doing my hair and everything's going really smoothly. I don't have anything planned, so I'm just relaxed. And suddenly I hear this sound of nails on the laminate floor. So I poke my head out to check on my roommate's cat in time to see a figure scaling the wall of my patio and crouching in the corner.
Well, after observing her and interviewing her for your feature, what is it about Rachel that stands out in your mind? She's obviously a very special person, but what do you think makes her an incredible storyteller?
You know, it really is the process in which she goes through in preparing the people that she's invited to be a part of these shows, and the diversity in the presentation is absolutely amazing. Again, it was I felt so special that I could sit there in this amazing crowd of African American people, Hispanic people, just a wide range, but we all came together to hear something that we didn't know really anything about. But as the evening wore on and these 5 stories ebbed and flowed, thought, wow, she is really put together this very special thing. And it was done as a one-time exercise, but it was such a hit, they've turned it into a series.
Every person has a story to tell. I think what Rachel's doing is so special, and you can check it out, thewholestoryis.com, to find out more about the next show, and I definitely want to go to those with you.
We'll go together.
That would be great. Now we want to go ahead and open up the kitchen doors. You guys did something cool and different for this feature, so you guys went as a team and you split up and you went to this place called the Dorian in Old Town Scottsdale. What was it like?
Yeah, this was new. We don't always do new restaurants, but Lynette and Jamie from our team took this invitation on, and they both went, but they sat at separate tables. So they did the review in text, back and forth to each other.
How
and
fun.
It's laid out that way in the magazine,
Yes.
too.
And so tell us about, kind of what were their takeaways and describe the restaurant, because it sounds pretty unique.
It does. So it is called Dorian, based on the Oscar Wilde novel. And it has these beautiful stately paintings around the dining room. And the presentation of the food, same thing. Very, it's not fancy food,
Yeah.
but the presentation is very classy, elegant, very well done. And one of their favorites was the burger.
Oh, wow.
So, it
Yeah.
does have a little bit of everything on the menu, but again, it's being in this room, and we have a great photograph of that.
Very good. And now it is time for our charity spotlight. On each episode, we like to shine the light on a charity or organization that really goes above and beyond in the work that they do here in our beautiful community. Today, we are at the Donor Network of Arizona, where we meet a man who was given the gift of life. Now, he and his wife are paying it forward every single day.
Organ donation is so important. I wouldn't have my husband, and we've been married over almost 30 years. We're just excited for that. He wouldn't be here without it. It's so important. And there's so many more people waiting.
And lives that can be saved.
And lives that can be saved.
I was 55, November of 15, and I was working full-time as a nursing administrator. I had an infection in my left arm that eventually went into my systemic, became sepsis. Treating that, I went into severe respiratory distress and went into the ICU at that point. What choice do I have but to make the best of it? I have to get through this, and we have to hope that this can lead to a transplant or some cure where I can stay around.
Even though he's always been very private, his will to live is great. So, I think the hardest part was the 9 hours I waited while he was in surgery. Happy birthday to you. Take down that mask. We both were type A workaholics. He worked 2 jobs, I worked 2 jobs, because we just thought, well, that's the American way. Get more things, do more things. Now it's not like that. We live in less than half of the square footage we did before, and we're much happier. We can travel and just be at ease with life. He doesn't work for money. He volunteers, both with Donor Network Arizona and as a coach for other people going through the same thing, because it's hard to be on a list waiting. I just prayed for, him to wake up, of course, from this surgery, and that his donor family has peace, and knowing that the peace they gave us, he'll honor doing good things.
I just want them to know, that their loved one lives on through me, and I'll honor that their legacy for as long as I possibly can. Donate Life of Arizona. I appreciate the opportunity to be here, to help, to educate, to get the word out, and it gives me purpose.
A very special thank you to Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona for sponsoring this segment and for encouraging the gift of life. What they are doing here in Arizona, along with Donor Network, is truly something special.
It is, and coming up, this is all part of a big campaign to encourage members of our community to change their status on their driver's license to be an organ donor. And so Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona is leading the charge to work with a vast group of organizations in our community to get this word out. And they include the One Community, CenturyLink, another corporate leader, and Chicanos por la Casa, to get out the word to the Hispanic community as well. And you can see from that story, if there was no donor, it wouldn't have happened.
Well, as you well know, this is one of my passions, is reporting on the topic of organ donation, because I have done so many stories over the years, and I've met so many people whose lives have been saved, like Robert, and he is a wonderful person. Thank you so much to our friends at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona and to the Peaks, who were so generous to share their story with us. Robert Peak plans on walking a 5K sometime in the near future, and I will be following along with his story so we can continue to update folks on his progress. Now it is time to take a look at what is on the cover of Frontdoors Magazine. I love this. Fashion and compassion. Two things at the top of my list.
Yes, so exciting that we were able to do a feature interview with the two sisters that own My Sister's Closet, Ann Siner and Tess Liu. And they are the co-chairs of the Compassion for fashion show to benefit the Arizona Humane Society this year.
These are two women who built a business out of what they had, a dream, an idea. They teamed up, they built that dream, but along the way, they wanted more than just success for themselves. They wanted to truly give back, and they've done that in some magnificent ways.
They have, and they have been for years, but what they did most recently was start their own 501c3, so they could even take that designation and dollars that they were setting aside from their business and really having their own foundation to grant them. And every month in Front Doors, we celebrate fashion and philanthropy. Our fashion editor, Tyler Butler, wrote the piece for the cover, and she had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, they started this business, My Sister's Closet, which is all consignment.
Yes.
And boy, that thing has gone gangbusters.
And they do have their own thrift store as well that benefits these efforts.
From a business perspective, what do you think they've done so right? Because they really understand how to make dreams come true in business.
They do. I think they are about their brand, and they are consistent with their brand.
Their billboards are great.
They're very funny. But with it, that they recognize that they are a part of our community and have identified that not only are they having fun with their campaigns and their business, and they love fashion, these two ladies, especially Tess, and but the give back part of it, and it's woven in every aspect of their business.
All right, so before we go, we do have to show this little kitty here, because these were handed out at the event, and as you mentioned, this is just one of their fundraising efforts, but this is a very large effort, the fashion event.
Yes, so Compassion for Fashion this year was 20 years old, and with it is the campaign and the announcement that the Arizona Humane Society has saved over 60,000 animal lives.
Wow.
And so we got this special delivery to the office, and so I thought I'd bring the kitty today with this tag.
Cute. Did you name her?
Not yet.
I love it. We got to come up with a cool name.
It does look like my cat Sally, so we'll go with that.
And as we close it out, we want to mention that Arizona Gives Day. You can keep Kitty up there. Okay. I like the assistant. Arizona Gives Day is coming up, and you have a couple of housekeeping notes that you wanted to share.
Absolutely. So as tax day looms, if you have not done your Arizona state taxes yet, a reminder to take a look at the Front Doors tax credit directory and make sure you are maximizing the opportunity to give dollar for dollar off of your state taxes, and then you can claim them to your federal next year.
Yeah.
But yes, you and I are going to be getting together once again and doing something for AZ Gives Day. But
last year we did a live event with charity after charity all day long. It was interesting to see how we were able to get so much viewership. We ran it on Facebook, and it was great because we were able to shine the light on a lot of the smaller organizations as well as the big ones, which is important. So we'll fill you guys in on that as that takes shape. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching Front Doors TV, an Inspired Media 360 production. Our mission is connection, compassion, and the celebration of all those people doing amazing things in our community. You can find us at frontdoorsmedia.com and inspiredmedia360.com. Until next time, take care.